Imagine a world in which each home has its own power generator that obtains its energy in such a way that no fuel has to be added. Imagine every vehicle being able to run without ever stopping for fuel. Imagine each appliance having its own power source that never has to be recharged. That is the world of the future. Join with us now as we track our progress towards such a world.
Allan, PESN. We're here at the Regal Cinema where the series premiere is going to be showing tonight, April 22nd, 2013. This is my wife, Sherry.
Hi.
Dressed for the occasion. And you can go check it out here at PESN. We're at Cogar International in Huntington Beach, California. We just took a look at a demonstration of their technology. I'm going to give you just a little quick overview. Sterling Allan here. It's April 13th, 2013. We are in France at Fabrice André's facility where he has solar and wind power powering his house right now, but soon we'll be powering his house with a Copagen related technology. We've taken a lot of video and had long conversations with him. It's bright out here. Anyway, you can see he's got wind, solar, wind. This is right at a pass, a mountain pass. So there's no power coming up here. Hi, Sterling Allan here. We're at the yielding magnet motor demonstration at the Geneva Inventors Expo, April 13th, 2013. We're going to show really... We're in Boulder, Colorado, where I was born and raised. I'm going to be shooting a little segment with Gaiam TV tomorrow about free energy technology. Hi, it's Sterling Allan here at the Evolve Expo in Denver, Colorado. Today is February 23rd, 2013. Just want to take you inside and see some of the booths and whatnot. Allan here with Pure Energy Systems News. I'm with Gilbert, and he's going to give us a tour of this hotel right here. And this is kind of a metaphor for my experience with the Kepi Motor Group, where I came here to see this little technology, and I've been blown away with the magnitude of what I'm experiencing here. I understood I was going to be staying at this hotel, but I didn't know they owned it, and the story behind how they came to own it and how they have been working on it. Sterling Allan here. We're in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I'd like to give you a tour of the Kepi Motor headquarters in Sao Paulo. It's not just the headquarters of the Kepi Motor Group, but also their stop use. Here we're going to Coral Castle in Miami, Florida. I'm with Zuri and Fred Hart. We're going to go check it out. We should be seeing it here on the side of the road any second now. In fact, right out here along the freeway. Sterling here at the Breakthrough Energy Movement Conference in Hilsum, Holland, 2012, November 12th today. We're going to be talking to Frank von Sterling Allan here. I just got at the Keshi Conference. It's September 21st, 2012. Hi, Sterling Allan here. We're doing a private September 17, 2012 at the Stourn Conference Room in Dublin, Ireland.
We're checking to see how they respond over to extreme temperatures over long periods of time. It's more kind of productization than R&D.
So would this be an alpha test?
This must be clear.
What do you think about the caliber of the people who showed up?
Here,
yeah.
Very high. Very high. Very high.
Hi, Sterling Allan again. We've got about 5 minutes before my lecture, so we're going to try to get an interview in here with Bernard Roth, one of my favorite people in the free energy world. A lot of work with hydroxy and other technologies. Always a great draw at these Tesla Tech conferences. Last year we did an interview with him on the alchemy that he's doing, and got a lot of activity on that right now. On there's a forum that we created online, people talking about their experiences and success and whatnot in that avenue. So, hi, Sterling Allan here at Tesla Tech 2012. We're at the booth of the Intelligentry Noble Gas Engine. We're going to be talking to Dan Glover about the big announcement they made yesterday.
Hi, Sterling. Yeah, so the big announcement, well, everybody says it's a big announcement, but I don't know how big it is. Everybody keeps asking us, when are we going to see it running? When are we going to see it running? And our story and our,
experimenting with this magnesium rod fastened with a hose clamp to an electrode to come out for the negative side, and then taking some copper wire around some foam. You wrap the foam around the magnesium wire, put some copper around the foam, and you get about a 1.5 volt battery. Here we are at the demonstration of the test of Van der Ross's 1 megawatt cold fusion device. And we're in the holding room next door where he had 2 1 megawatt plants that were running on biofuels. Back here, this is an earlier Here we have Bobby Emersingham explaining a technology he came up with. It has patent protection in the UK, and it's a very simple propulsion method by which these cones can provide propulsion in either direction of this cylinder in the middle that he's pushing back. Hi, Sterling Allan here. We're at the Tesla Tech Conference 2011 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, July 29th. And I'm with Vernon Roth here. This is actually the second part of a 2-part video series. The first part, we'll have a link there in the bottom in this YouTube video where you can see where he described this alchemical process where in his electrolysis scenario, he's found that some of the elements that are in the water in certain electrolysis scenarios are duplicated, whether they're minerals or whether they are chemicals. Stephen E. Jones.
Right. It's good to talk to you today, Sterling. The little circuit I've developed with others, and I have the schematic. I sent you the schematic in a little more detail. But basically the power is coming from 2 AA batteries. These are rechargeable. And a little 1 ohm resistor.
The input total, when everything works, is about 5 kilowatts. But output is very big.
Here we are. This is Sterling Allan at the Safe Haven Village at White Hill. This is a kitchen area, outdoor kitchen, and we just started on a shed for the kitchen using earth bags, earth tubes actually. Here's some rock work that Torg did this weekend using different, actually he used just clay. Cut it off with a knife, and you got your length. Same with barbed wire. So anyway, that's our setup here. Down there's the kitchen where the cob oven Torg's working on. And there is our, we got a couple more courses. I'll go over there in a second. We're calling this our RS shed, where RS stands for Relief Society. We got a little window going on here. This is cob. The bottom, about 6 rows, are earth bag tubes where we use rice bags filled with dirt and then packed them down.
So I am going to introduce our next speaker tonight, or this afternoon. And it's someone that I have known for a few years who has dedicated himself to a number of areas. An area that I hold dear and I'm very passionate about and committed to is one concerning extraterrestrial life and contact, which is something that initially was what introduced me to Sterling Allan. But what has happened over the last several years that I've noticed is that he has developed a real passion, a real drive for new energy. Now, I don't know if that came out of his interest or some say obsession with extraterrestrial life. I mean, that's what happens to many of us. We kind of get obsessed with it and can't do other things and do crazy things like leave cushy professorships at different universities to do this work where, you know, people think you're some sort of kook because you believe that there's intelligent life out there. So anyway, I mean, it becomes an obsession for some of us. And at some point in that journey, you begin to contemplate, well, if they're coming from a long way out there, other parts of the galaxy or universe, well, how are they getting here? I mean, it must be big tank loads of oil, right? No, it doesn't quite work that way. So you become open to the possibility that they've developed new energy systems. So I don't know if this is something that opens Sterling up to this phenomenon, but I do know that over the last several years, he has become very passionate and very committed to the new energy field and has developed a number of websites, a number of initiatives concerning new energy, promoting the feasibility of them, helping new energy inventors and researchers and investigators come together. He's formed the New Energy Congress, new energy news services, a Wikipedia on new energy. He's really kind of done so much to help bring the new energy field to the attention of many people who are open to the idea that there is something out there that is far beyond coal, oil and gas, far beyond solar, wind, thermal, something far beyond all of these things. And they go by a number of names, but I'm not going to talk about that because I think that's really something that Sterling Allan is most equipped to be able to talk about. He is going to really do us a great service because he's going to do the hard work of ranking the 10 most interesting, feasible, exotic new energy systems, which is great for many of us who are still trying to kind of wrap our minds about what's out there, what's real, what's feasible, and what might be worth putting our resources into. So with that, it's my great pleasure to welcome Sterling Allan.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, everyone, aloha. Got to do the Braco gazing session here. Beautiful setting here in Hawaii.
Good morning, everyone.
The conference center's over there. Where we have breakfast.
And
there you go.
What a lot of the presentations are involving here is a concept and a model for biodiesel, which integrates food crops for cattle.
So it doesn't take, it's not like you have to push it in here and that's the energy source. You just barely get it into the field where it starts grabbing onto it and it turns on. And if you could get a series of these in a row, you know, maybe you could get a thing going around and around showing that magnets can be a source of energy. That's the idea anyway. This has been Sterling Allan with PES Network. This was built by Robert Barrett. Here we are up at Nebo Loop Campground. It's called Black Hawk. Beautiful setting here. And we want to show you, that's my brother Nathan and his son Jason. It's my mom, Edna Allan. Anyway, we want to show you this really... Hi, Sterling Allan here at the Extraordinary Technology Conference in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 2009. We're talking to some people here in the hall who are skipping class. That's one of the things I enjoy about the Extraordinary Technology Conference is the people you meet and the conversations that take place in the hall. I also enjoy the speakers. You can listen to those on tape, but here's a little feature of what happens out in the hall. Sterling Allan here. I'm with Paul Isom. He is the CEO of Synergy Technologies. That's spelled S-E-N-E-R-G-Y, like energy, with the S in front of it. Synergy Technology.
100 technologies. He's also a wonderful radio host and provides the service of the free energy news that we've discussed before. And Sterling, come on up here and take it over. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate your narrative.
Hey, Raphael.
It's called the Mighty Engine.
Yeah, MYT, massive yet tiny, massive in displacement, tiny in size.
Mighty.
Mighty engine. We
That's
call
my
it the
hand
mighty
turning in
engine,
here.
but it's MYT.
I'll crank it for you so you can.
Okay, great. Here's another configuration I've tried. I should have filmed the last one I had. It was kind of interesting, but anyway, this is groups of 7, one group of 8, and this one cogs pretty bad. You get it going, and it between those sets, it wants to stop pretty much. Either direction you spin it, it doesn't freewheel very well. It's going to stop there. Here we have Paul Munson, CEO of Global Sun Oven, setting up the Villager, which can feed a lot of people.
We want to make the world a little bit better. We just want to help the world today.
Free energy now.
Razor Technologies, a publicly traded company based in Provo, Utah, has developed a new method of harnessing lower heat geothermal resources inexpensively and rapidly. Today's ribbon cutting is the first plant they have completed, with 8 other plants in various phases of construction. Razor has contracted with
Pete's garage. This is his pickup truck that has a demonstration unit in the back of it. Basically what you have is a 6.5 horsepower gen set that's run by fuel to produce electricity, which comes in through this little tiny wire coming out of it into this controlling unit right here, where that's the magic right there. That's where the resonant unit is that he's come up with. Comes out through this cable into this junction box basically that is hooked to 5 motors. This is a 2 horsepower.
2007, Scott F. Hall built a gravity wheel based on his research on the subject. He then posted a video of it rolling along a floor, seemingly of its own power. Then on August 8th, he built another gravity wheel, this time a replica of one done by another researcher. His video showed that one accelerating along his floor as well. Had Scott cracked the code that seemed to have been lost with the death of Bessler, who died in 1745, taking his technology to the grave with him? It looked to be so, but Scott's video was not complete. He did not show the wheel rolling both directions on the same surface to rule out an incline in the surface. He's an art teacher, not a scientist, and with the barrage of skeptical comments, rather than show a follow-up video of the wheel going both directions, his next video showed his 2 gravity wheels in a heap of fire. Meanwhile, we had our PhD mechanical engineer, Douglas K. Furr, replicate the design. Unfortunately for the optimist in us that wanted this to be a working design, Furr's replication shows that the design does not work, but decelerates as the physicist would be.
The rotor now is starting up. You'll see as the cams go in, the motor starts to rotate. The motor going up to speed. Obviously, the closer the status comes to the main rotor, the more powerful it becomes. The speed control would
(22nd, 2013). This is my wife Sherry.
Hi.
Dressed for the occasion, and you can go check it out here at PESN. We're at Cogar International in Huntington Beach, California. We just took a look at a demonstration of their technology. I'm going to give you just a little quick overview. Sterling Allan here. It's April 13th, 2013. We are in France at Fabrice André's facility where he has solar and wind power powering his house right now, but soon we'll be powering his house with a Copagen related technology. We've taken a lot of video and had long conversations with him. It's bright out here. Anyway, you can see he's got wind, solar, wind. This is right at a pass, a mountain pass. So there's no power coming up here. Hi, Sterling Allen here. We're at the yielding magnet motor demonstration at the Geneva Inventors Expo, April 13th, 2013. We're going to show real... We're in Boulder, Colorado, where I was born and raised. I'm going to be shooting a little segment with TV tomorrow about free energy technology. Hi, it's Sterling Allen here at the Evolve Expo in Denver, Colorado. Today is February 23rd.
Imagine a world in which each home has its own power generator that obtains its energy in such a way that no fuel has to be added. Imagine every vehicle being able to run without ever stopping for fuel. Imagine each appliance having its own power source that never has to be recharged. That is the world of the future. Join with us now as we track our progress towards such a world.
PESN. We're here at the Regal Cinema where the series premiere is going to be showing tonight, April 21st, 2013. Just want to take you inside and see some of the booths and whatnot. Here with Pure Energy Systems News. I'm with Gilbert, and he's going to give us a tour of this hotel right here. And this is kind of a metaphor for my experience with the Kepi Motor Group, where I came here to see this little technology, and I've been blown away with the magnitude of what I'm experiencing here. I understood I was going to be staying at this hotel, but I didn't know they owned it, and the story behind how they came to own it and how they have been working on it. Sterling Allen here. We're in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I'd like to give you a tour of the Kepi Motor headquarters in Sao Paulo. It's not just the headquarters of the Kepi Motor Group, but also their stop. Allen here. We're going to Coral Castle in Miami, Florida. I'm with Zuri and Fred Hart. We're going to go check it out. We should be seeing it here on the side of the road any second now. In fact, right out here along the freeway. Sterling here at the Breakthrough Energy Movement Conference in Hilsum, Holland, 2012, November 12th today. We're going to be talking to Frank. I'm Sterling Allen here. I just got at the Keshi conference. It's September 21st, 2012. I'm Sterling Allen here. We're doing a private September 17, 2012 at the Stourn Conference Room in Dublin, Ireland.